You're listening to Feel Good Astrology with Louisa Tanner-Munson. To request a reading with Louisa, go to www.feelgoodastrology.com.
Welcome back, Scorpio. It's Louisa Tannermunson from Feel Good Astrology, and this is your Feel Good. It's your 5-minute forecast for the month of March. Now, I should be very cautious in recording this. This is my 4th attempt. Things don't go very smoothly, and for one reason or another, I have been stopped or pestered or disturbed, or all sorts of different things have happened. So I'm determined to get this one right, and I hope this isn't an indication of how your own month is going to go. It may well be that this is the best recording, and this is why I'm doing it right now. Let's believe in fate, shall we? Anyway, for this does feel like quite a strong month. Now, you've got you're ruled by Mars, and you're also known, different astrologers have different sort of ideas, but you're also deeply associated with Pluto. I think Pluto is definitely a ruler for you. Not all of them will agree with me, but anyway, both of them are changing signs in this month ahead, and at an individual level, at an identity level, I think this is quite significant. So we've got on the 20th, and they're both moving a couple of days apart from each other, and right at the end of the month. So, I think the action for you is really towards the end. But anyway, let's start at the beginning. As you're going into this month ahead, you've got Mercury right off the bat in the sign of Pisces, which is really activating any latent creativity. It's a time to absolutely love using your words, playing with words. It feels like a time when you're moving very quickly with the things that you're passionate about. So that feels quite good. And you're almost, I say playful, kind of flirty with the way you're being creative, and that's great. On the 7th, we've got the full moon, and the moon is in the sign of Virgo. So that full moon is activating all of your friendships. It's bringing your friendships to the fore, all your networks, all the associations you're part of, charities that you might do things for, any kind of volunteering work. So it just feels like it's a great day to get involved with other people, but be aware that they are going to seem a little bit more excitable than usual. People are a lot more emotional at the time of the full moon. So I wouldn't do anything that was too serious with other people, because things could really blow up. On the same day, we've also got Saturn moving into the sign of Pisces, which is really the seat of your creativity. So where I said at the start, you're feeling quite creative and spontaneous, you're quite joyful, and you're communicating your joy. As Saturn moves into the sign of Pisces, what's happening is your ability to stabilize joy and to create form around your creations is a really strong energy. And it really does feel like the gift for you over the next couple of years is to really let yourself go, like really allow yourself to roll with it. Don't try to don't try to control your creations, but really take them that next step. Kind of don't hold back. It's like no hold bars. It really is about letting it all out and allowing it to take form. So I think that's quite exciting, and you may well find that this leads into something really powerful for you. As you're going into the middle of the month, around the 16th, we've got Venus moving into quite a lucky area of your chart in terms of your relationships. So you're going into a time of romance, a time of peace, a time of sharing and mutuality. So I see that as being very, very good for you. And then from the 19th and 20th and 21st, things are starting to speed up in terms of your work and your day to day. I would be really not nervous. I would be mindful to not over plan things in this month ahead, because I think from the 19th, things are going to really speed up quite exponentially. And if you're trying to if you've recently added in some extra plans, you may well regret that. So I would keep, from the 19th onwards, actually quite clear. So you've got Mercury moving into the sign of Aries, then the sun, that's the spring equinox, and then the new moon on the 21st. And they're all in the sign of Aries. They're really putting all of your focus and your energy in how you work, how you organize yourself, and your physical health. And it just feels like there's a lot going on. I think all of those, this particular area of your chart, when it gets highlighted like this, things get busier. And it also feels like there's more tasks and more things to attend to. Now, this is going to be slightly over 5 minutes, because I do want to touch on Pluto changing signs on the 23rd into the sign of Aquarius, and then Mars changing signs into the sign of Cancer on the 25th. So Pluto's move is transforming the way you live at home in a fundamental way. It might be that it's really time for a shift. It might be that you're planning on a really big move, a really big moving shift. But suffice to say, there's a lot of destabilization, and it feels like you're being shaken for a reason. It's not something that's just a flash in the pan. This is an urge for you to really make a full and complete life change. So it's quite exciting. I think it's going to take many months and years, in fact, to start to understand what's going on with that. And then with this part is not so difficult. So with Mars moving into the sign of Cancer on the 25th, you're going into a time where you're able to take action about what you know and what you campaign about and what you believe. It feels like a time when you're going to be a lot more vocal about all things spiritual, religious, philosophical, political. And it's really highlighting how much you want to know and your ability to learn, your ability to grasp information, and your ability to run with it as well. So I do think you are coming into a time where you're a lot stronger in how you bring yourself out, how you communicate about yourself and what you know. And also you're shaking yourself up at the foundations. So a very interesting month for you indeed, Pisces. Anyway, Scorpio. Anyway, lots and lots of love to you. Have a great month. And if I can be any help, then just drop me a line. Lots of love.
To request a reading with Louisa, go to www.feelgoodastrology.com.